Welcome back to another episode of No Bolts Left Behind. So it's day 2 on the Honda Civic project. Yesterday we got the old engine, the D16 out. And today I'm hoping to get the B16 engine back in. First thing I want to do here is get this guy prepped. Got a few little things to do and get the transmission installed. Let's get to it. All right, check out this bad boy, looking good. There's a few things I want to do before I get the transmission bolted up. I do want to replace the clutch and hopefully the flywheel, although these flywheels kind of seem to be a little bit hard to get, so I might have to reuse this guy, possibly resurface it. But in the meantime, I'd like to replace the timing belt. So let me start pulling stuff off here. Let's see, I guess I got to pull off this crank pulley, pull off the timing cover, valve cover. Yeah. All right, actually, you know what? Let me first take off this flywheel. I did find a shop here locally that's gonna resurface this guy for me, which is awesome, because it's a little bit cheaper than buying a new one. So I'm gonna have to pull this thing off with these 12-point bolts, and I only have this. I don't actually have a 12-point 17 mil socket, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess I'm gonna have to go buy one because I'm gonna need to torque this guy back on there. Same with these guys. It's like 10 millimeter 12 points. So let's hopefully get this guy off and then bring this down to the shop. All right. Got this guy out of here and kind of fell in my hand there. That was nice. One thing that's kind of cool is that the pilot bearing is right in the flywheel, so it makes it a little easier to swap out here. Looks like just a 9 millimeter socket, a little hammer. We should be good. All right, flywheel is in the shop. 35 bucks in a machine shop, like a couple miles away. Glad to see that there's still places that are doing that kind of thing. And next up, let's get this crank pulley off. I hope there isn't really anything special about it. I don't know. I have an assortment of pulley pullers, so hopefully I got something that'll work for this guy. I suppose the first thing is to loosen this guy up. We'll get the belt off, and we'll yank this guy out of there. Huh, interesting. No puller involved. It just kind of fell right off. Thank you, Honda. That was nice. It's a nice little surprise. Yeah, I guess valve cover, this thing should come off and then we're almost there. All right, there she is. This one actually looks to be in pretty good condition, but always a good idea while we're here. Yeah, this thing has probably got a lot of life left on it, but got a brand new one. And let's see, I suppose this is the tensioner right here. And I know that there's a way to find like top dead center, and I will do that. I will find top dead center and get it where it's supposed to be. I'm pretty sure it's just these two arrows up, this woodruff pin or whatever up as well, but or maybe this thing down. But I always count the teeth from multiple angles just to make sure that I'm getting every single pulley at the exact same position that it came off of. I've done this wrong before and it toasted my engine, so I've learned this mistake the hard way, and I'm going to be extra careful, as I always am with timing belts. So I'm gonna mark it all kinds of places, count teeth and all that stuff to make sure we get this back together absolutely correctly. Okay, I got myself a little map here and I counted every single little tooth of the timing belt between these marks, because once you take tension off this belt, these little pulleys are gonna like wiggle a little bit, you know, settle into a different position, so it doesn't stay the way it is when you take this belt off, oftentimes I've found. So let's get this belt pulled off and let's get this new guy installed. All right, I got this thing back together, but I'm kind of thinking that there maybe is a crankshaft seal blown out right here. Yeah, that's pretty much guaranteed. I don't see anywhere else that oil could be coming from or leaking from, so I think it would be foolish not to replace that guy right now. So I got that on order. So I'm gonna let this sit for now, and we'll move on to, I think, the transmission. I think that's about all I can do on this guy until I get those parts, which should be in a couple hours. So I'll get the clutch kit and the crankshaft seal. So in the meantime, let's look at the transmission. So there is one seal I want to replace in here, the shifter seal down here, this little guy right there. And I also want to set up all of this clutch, at least the clutch master cylinder and all that stuff, while I have the engine bay open. So there's gonna have to be some sort of installation of it, I'm guessing right there, although there's already a thing going in there. But yeah, we'll figure this out. Okay, let's get to it. All right, that seems pretty good. I got this thing running in this back bracket, which was empty, and seems like a no-brainer. This guy bolts right on there. Let's take a look at this guy. Let's see. I have no idea. I'm looking for a pair of bolts here. Okay. I guess I can Google it. That's always an option. I'm a little lazy. I'll deal with that later, but that's a good start. All right, so right now I'm trying to figure out a little bit of this wiring, and it's kind of a little bit of a mystery at this point. I see this harness going straight into the firewall, and it seems like it pops out over here and goes straight into the ECU. So I don't think that this one is really removable, and it doesn't seem like I'll be able to connect this one. This one seems to have some sort of like, I guess like maybe a firewall connector or something. So I don't think I'll be able to use this harness. Instead, I think I'm gonna have to use that harness. I can already tell that the injector plugs are not the same. So if I had to guess, I would say I'll probably end up cutting this guy here and connecting them to this here. At this point, I'm gonna remove this whole harness, kind of set it aside, and plan on running this one. Yeah. All right, so I'm back from the shop here. We got a couple of 12-point sockets. Those were kind of expensive, but I guess I need to buy myself a set now. We got ourselves a crankshaft seal, front main seal. We've got a throwout bearing here, which I think I'm gonna use my other one because this guy is made in China and this one is made in Japan. So yeah, throw that one in the garbage. And we got ourselves, oh nice, here we go, made in Japan. Sweet. Got ourselves a Excetti clutch kit. And we got our flywheel turns, so we got a fresh flywheel there, looking good. First thing, I think I want to go ahead and get this all buttoned back up over here, so I'm going to replace that crank seal, and then we'll worry about the clutch next. All right, there we go. It does look like that's where this leak is coming from. I'm going to replace the seal anyway, so hopefully this thing isn't too stubborn getting out of here. All right, that one's all done. Let's move on to the clutch and flywheel. Okay, clutch is in, torque down, Loctite, all that fun stuff. All right, let's do this. All right, well, I thought I could kind of muscle it in there, just like lift this thing up, and I almost got it, but I can't quite, you know, I don't have the hands to like start threading the bolts, so I think I will put this up on the engine hoist, put the transmission up on the jack, and we'll do this a little bit more gracefully. All right, bolts are in, tightened down. I'm a little bit tired. Let's get this thing installed in the car. I think it's ready. All right, this thing is pretty close to in position, I think. We just gotta start putting in the engine mounts, I suppose. All right, let's start test fitting some of these guys. All right, so I'm trying to get this, what's called a T-bracket on here, and it seems like this engine is tilted a little bit this way. I'm gonna have to kind of tilt it this way, I suppose, with the floor jack, because as you can see, this bolt is pretty close to lined up right there. But then down here, these guys need to go into right there. So yeah, we'll have to definitely tilt this guy up like this, then we'll start to get the tilt into place. Yeah, floor jack, and then we'll see if we can get these first rear kind of main engine bolts lined up. All right, well, been struggling with this T-bar T-mount going into this engine mount here, and according to the internet, this should drop right in, but the internet is wrong oftentimes, so it doesn't seem like it can drop right in unless there's something wrong with this guy. Yeah, I'm thinking this is the wrong one here, so I'll have to regroup and try and find that guy tomorrow or something. In the meantime, hopefully it can just kind of rest. I don't know. But I need to get this guy sitting in here somehow tonight. So I think I'll move the jack over here, try and get that engine mount. I'll try and find this engine mount and hope that it fits. I don't know if it will, or I guess the, not the mount, but the bracket right here. And then this should sit in the car until I can go collect a few parts. All right, I think that's it for today. I got a little ratchet strap thing going on here, so It's being held, but I got the engine hoist off of there so I can tuck this guy in for the night. And this thing kicked my butt today. Not gonna lie, it was a little, or I guess the internet was definitely wrong about the engine mount. So lesson learned. Actually, I've learned that lesson many times. The internet is often wrong, but we'll get it figured out. I'm gonna go do some research tonight. We'll figure out what engine mounts we need. Hopefully we can find them for sale somewhere around here, and we'll get this guy mounted in.